So today again we'll focus on FluentBooks and new features that we just released and added to product, which is configuration audit. So let's start first with a very quick overview of our vision of Microsoft PPM success and the tools that companies need. So if company is new to Microsoft Project Online or Project Server, very often they can start, they can work with the consultants or partners, or they can buy one of the pre-configured configuration, and we have that from the FluentPro. Uh, Companies as second step, they also need a way to extract information from our PPM system. We have several products for reporting. And the product we'll talk today, it's more about the administration, maintenance, and governance of the environment, and it's called FluentBooks. As one of the online services that we provide on the FluentBooks family, we have a product called FluentPro Backup for Project Online that allows companies to back up their data, projects, and SharePoint sites in online in the cloud, which is not provided by Microsoft right now. You can use it. We have integration hub to connect your systems with other systems like Jira, VSTS, Planner, Salesforce, ServiceNow, and we have audit, which allows to track all the user activities in PWA, all edits to configuration, and all edits to data in a system. This webinar is all about, again, it's all about FluentBooks, and it's based on assumptions that you have some experience using the FluentPro FluentBooks. And very quickly to understand that we are on the right page, so I will start a very quick poll. Please take 10 seconds to answer the question. Which edition of FluentBooks you used or you use right now, and what kind of experience you have with it. Okay. 73% voted so far, and we have that majority of the users who voted, they are new to FluentBooks. And we have about this two-thirds use of FluentBooks for projects or on Project Online, and about 40% are new. Okay, so what is the FluentPro FluentBooks? I will do some very quick tour into it. The FluentPro FluentBooks is software for configuration management. And as I mentioned, it allows companies to migrate configuration and data between the farms or between the different PWAs. It can be project server to project online. It can be project server to project server. It can be project online to project online. So all migration scenarios. It's kind of like one of the first use of the FluentBooks. Second use that we provide and where we grow, and the features that we will demonstrate today, it's all about the administration and the management. FluentBooks has more than 20 scenarios and supportive features for helping project or administrators and organizations in general to maintain their configuration, to clean up the configuration, to document the configuration, to verify migration scenarios, to do the bulk edit of multiple entities. So it's not only for migrations. That's the point. It provides a lot of tool for daily work of Microsoft Project Online administrators, and organizations significantly benefit from FluentBooks, and they can save tens or hundreds of hours by using this product and by using the automation it provides. Okay, very quickly, why we are talking about the cleanup and optimization of configuration. So imagine the situation, the typical scenario that you did a configuration yourself, or you hired a partner who created a configuration based on your requirements, and they created tens of the fields or maybe hundreds of the fields. They created lookup tables, they created views, they created multiple enterprise project types, PDPs, and the complexity of all that information is significant. And if that work was done manually, it means that very likely there are some typos or mistakes or some missed elements. And so such elements, it can be that you have some extra fields that are nowhere used, and if it, for example, if you're talking about the task level fields that you might have, it might mean that your calculations or your saving of your project takes longer. Same time, you might have some orphan data. There's no absolute consistency across your enterprise project types, and sometimes the user might ask, okay, I never seen this field, but if I go to project information, I see that field, or why I see this field on PDP-A and I don't see this field on PDP-B. So a lot of such questions, they arise, unfortunately, and it's not because the people do the bad job. It's because you multiply number of fields by number of PDPs, by number of enterprise project types, and then you add dimension of use. So here we're talking about up to like tens of places where to check that information, hundreds of places, and millions, thousands of possible configurations. So it is a complex job, and that's why we have this new feature in FluentBooks to help organization and consultants to clean up the configuration, make sure that that customer gets the best possible configuration cleaned up, where no orphan elements and all the fields are utilized properly. So we won't wait. We'll switch very quickly to demo. I believe seeing it's more than words of the 1,000 words. So let me go to FluentBooks, and I will drag it to the screen. Okay, perfect. If you have a question during the demo, feel free to write in the question section in GoToMeeting. I will answer those questions after the demo. So this screen, as you see, it's a FluentBooks, and this feature is available only for customers with a paid license. So then, unfortunately, they're not available for users with FluentBooks Lite and Community Edition. So you need to have a full license for Project Online or Project Server. So this configuration is available. Okay. So users, yeah, sorry for seeing the quick poll. So okay. So the FluentBooks, it's a desktop product, and the feature for the audit that you can see here, it's available for paid customers. Again, like it's not available in the Community Edition or Lite Edition. It's available in both Microsoft for Edition for Project Server and for Project Online, so you can be used with on-prem or cloud version of Project. And it's very simple feature. So right now I have a configuration loaded here. It's a demo, it's configuration for a Microsoft Office demo environment, and I just downloaded from one of the demo tenants that I have. And all that I have to do, I just need to click here on the configuration audit, and I will use the current workspace. But in fact, you can open that from if you have workspace in a file, or you can download it immediately from PWA. So it's really up to you. We support multiple scenarios. And here I'll say I will use the current workspace. I will click here and I will say, okay, I would like to use this file, and I will press next. As you can see, it's very simple, a very quick operation. So I press yes, and system will open Excel. So what we see in Excel, as you can see, there are multiple tabs here at the bottom. And let's simply go over each of those tabs, and you will see what they do. So first of all, system says, okay, tabs are enterprise project types, workflows, stage, PDPs, lookup tables, fields, templates, APTs versus PDPs, PDPs versus stage, fields with PDPs, fields with use. So as you can see, system provides you audit of your information against other ML. So let's start with enterprise project types. System will list all the enterprise project types that you have here. And it shows like if really any attention needed, and the criteria for attention if it's used on project or not. So it means in simple is that if you do not have any project with that EPT, maybe you don't need that EPT. Maybe it's simply just taking space and no one is using that, it's obsolete, and maybe you can remove it here. And exactly here, it says that enterprise project is no used, and simple project is not used anywhere. If you go to workflow, here I don't have a workflow. We go to the stage. So there are some stage, and it shows at which stage are if some stage are used. If we have any projects on specific stage, it does mean that this stage is not used, but it simply indicates that there are no use in the project. Same goes for the PDPs. I have a list of PDPs, and system shows if it's used in any EPTs and if used on the in the stage. And this simply we have, for example, project information. It is used in the EPTs, but it's not used anywhere in stage. It's not bad, but it's simply just indications that it's not used. Sometimes that might be indications that you need to take care of this PDP if you decide that 100% of your project that you have must use a workflow. So the enterprise project type is all have associated workflows, and that means that simply you missed that PDP to use in one of the stages. Okay, lookup tables. We see a list of all our lookup tables, and it has several attributes here. First of all, if there's a value if it's connected to any of the fields, and if it's used in any of the projects. So we can see, for example, the cost type. It has no value. So lookup table, there's a lookup table, but it has no values. RBA is the same. It is created, but it has no values. And stoplight it's not used in the projects. If we go to the fields, we will get slightly more information. Here again, like it's used in the PDPs, used in the use, and used in project. For example, we see that there is a field called business unit, and it's nowhere used in the PDPs. So it means that we have no way to identify, to provide the value for this field. But at the same time, it's used in some projects. There are some values, and it's used in views. So maybe I would ask question: how the user gets information to this field? Same, for example, if it's a program, issues rating, if it's task performance or project performance value. So you can see all that information, and imagine that if you have several hundred fields that some organization create, automation of this comparison and validation is very valuable for companies because you can identify inconsistency in your data. Simple scenario again, I can see inconsistency already there. Some fields, some projects have values in business unit, but I have no way in PWA to edit these fields. Yes, definitely, I can go to project information using the project professional and provide value here, but on the PDPs, it's not used. If I go to project templates again, system will list all the project templates and will show up if which one are used. Historically, we've seen that companies do not clean up their templates, old versions of the templates, and with some we've personally faced some challenges figuring out which version of the template is the right one. Companies start inventing the different dates, versions, and everything. So it's also a nice way to you can use this screen to clean up your orphan templates and to decide which templates needs to be deleted. If you go to PDPs versus EPTs, we can see where in which fields, in which EPTs data is used. So for example, if we go to project details, we see that it's used everywhere. We go to project information using simple project, and we go to the visibility, if it's visible in the visibility mode. We have schedule PDP, and it's used in the this type, and same for the strategic impact. Why you would say that it's not used in some other enterprise project type? Very likely PDPs the projects have the workflows. So enterprise project type has the workflows, and those PDPs are used on stage. And we can check that on next page. We go to the PDPs and stage, and we have some information. So there are some there is a usage of information on some EPTs. But if we take a look right now on the information, like we already see the one orphan PDP. So the PDP called Contasa Project Overview. So it's used nowhere. And if we go to the stage as well, we also see it nowhere here on the screen. So it seems that it's orphan PDP, which is not used anywhere, and probably this can be safely deleted from environment. There's a comment from David. Suggestion: it would be also good to see project SharePoint site template worksheet. We plan to add it. Right now we just focused on the configuration of project server configuration, but yes, we can add the SharePoint templates. David, thank you for your comment. Fields versus PDPs. So it's more complicated, and again, this screen I will show another configuration where we have multiple PDPs. You will see how big it can grow. But again, the checkpoint that we see here is that we show is the use of fields on specific project detail page. We see again that we have project detail page and simply has no fields here. It looks like someone just created that PDP and it's blank and it's not used anywhere. Definitely answer, I would go and delete it. Project details, I can see the fields is used. And why this information is, why the screen is very important, it's allow you to see consistency of some information across the enterprise, across different page. For example, you decide that some information you need to have the fields visible on several pages. Or, for example, if you have versions of PDPs for different enterprise project type, you don't use the same PDP in multiple enterprise project types, but you create several copies of the same PDP, and maybe you made someone went and made change to one of the PDPs. What this allows, it allows you to see if, and you say that, for example, that city, country, justification, program name, they must be on all project details for my IT and for my HR. And by having those fields versus PDP on the same screen, you can see if fields are visible, if fields are available for users. So it's a very useful screen, and it creates a lot of consistency for it creates a lot of consistency to your environment. Again, the screen also allows you to decide which fields needs to be removed, because simply if you have a field that it's not used on any of the PDP, for example, like business unit, maybe you don't need that field. Same goes for performance. Same goes here for schedule risk. Same goes for program status and project cost risk. So immediately this screen can highlight you release information that if you need this if you need those fields, and you can identify candidates for deletion from your configuration. Next screen, unfortunately, it will be very big, since there are out-of-the-box use, and companies can create a lot of views as well. It's similar screen to fields with PDPs. Here we have fields with views, and you can control, again, you can identify if fields should be deleted or maybe added to some of the views. You see all the views here, you see all the fields, and system will show up where specific fields are used on specific PDP. Oh, sorry, on specific view. So let's close this file and let's open another configuration that I have. We simply just move more fields. Okay, I have here, and I have, for example, in this case, I have 105 fields. I will go File, Wizards, Configuration Audit, Current Workspace. Again, I will pick the same Excel file. I will press Next, and I will open the results file. Okay, slightly more enterprise project types. Right now you have using project no, because I didn't download any project information here, so system cannot figure out if it's used in any project. Workflows, yeah, we have some workflows here, and system shows that workflows can be used, they're used in the enterprise project types. Same information for the stage, same information for the PDPs. And immediately we have here, okay, there is a demo PDP that is used nowhere. There is a lessons learned. It's not used in the PD, but it's used in the stage. So I will say, okay, it's fine. But same time, for example, the project information, it's used nowhere. So maybe I can delete the project information or just simply at least I can be aware that I don't need this PDP. So immediately here you see that we have slightly more information, more PDPs, and immediately I can pinpoint to some problems and issues with my configuration. Lookup tables. Again, cost type is empty, RBS is empty. Probably less. I have less fields that I'm missing the values, and the RBS and cost types are out of the box fields. So you can use it. Fields, again, here I can use, again, you see that it's more than 100 fields, 106, 105 fields, and immediately I can see everywhere where there is a no. It means that probably I can approve project budget, it's nowhere used. Customer satisfaction score is nowhere used. Demo fields that I have created here for some reason, there is no use for those fields. Methodology and mockups, probably I can delete because they're nowhere used. Next fields, it's subcontractor and vault, maybe can be deleted as well. Project templates, no file, no schedule templates, it's fine. If you go to the PDPs versus CPT, again, I can identify some PDPs that used nowhere. Again, demo PDP is a great candidate. It's used nowhere. Same goes for for lessons learned here and committee. But again, you need to check with the stage if your system has workflows. If I go to stage, I can again double check information, but it looks like the status report, yeah, it's used here. So you can what I found very convenient is that you can use a freeze feature in Microsoft Project Online. You can freeze the first column, you can freeze first row, and in addition you can also add an auto filters here. It's very easy. So to sort out some of the information. So for example, you can say, okay, show me just the demo PDP, and I can immediately see that information. Or you can use a more complex filters here. So especially when you go to the fields versus PDPs, and you see that it's more than 30 columns here. It's probably hard to navigate in this system, but using the freeze panels horizontally and vertically plus auto filters will allow you to filter out that information. And in some cases you will simply just go like vertically, because like for example, okay, demo PDP, it has no fields that you can visually, okay, dev project status report, it also has no field. So maybe I can check why this PDP is empty. I can do the investigation, and if it's not used, I can probably just delete this field. Same goes for fields with use, and again you can decide. For example, I know that, for example, my desire is that application name should be on all custom on all views, because I need it for for using data. So I can go to application portfolio. I see the field and say, okay, it's not used. It's only used on one view. Maybe I need to include it to several different view. What we have as well as one of the features of the FluentBooks, it allows the edit of the configuration through Excel. At some point in future, we maybe will merge these formats or somehow to add the points for generating differences. So it probably would be a nice idea to be able to say here as well, yes, and the system to change that in automatically in the configuration. They have a different functionality where you can achieve a similar results by you editing configuration in Excel, but it's not supported in this version. So as you can see, the value, this tool allows you to clean up your configuration, check your configuration for orphan elements, remove elements, PDPs, fields, lookup tables that are not used in your system, and it is important to do that. Again, it's all about consistency, it's all about the speed, and it's all about avoiding confusion for all your users. Okay, very quickly back to our presentation. Let me run another poll very quickly. Please spend 10 seconds answering the question. Okay, we have 60% of people voted, and everyone answered yes so far. So hopefully you'll find a good use of the feature. Let me switch back to screen sharing. Okay, we are good here. Okay, very quickly on the FluentBooks. I mentioned many of you might already have a license for FluentBooks for your organization. If not, we have additions for Project Online and Project Server. The prices are slightly different. The cheapest version for Project Online starts as a 5K for 2 PWAs. And again, the product is more than just a migration. It has multiple features for configuration management, for administration. We can, if you have any questions, you can reach to us, and we can send you a case with all the possible administration scenarios that are supported by FluentBooks. Very quickly on next slide is if you use Project Online, Project Server, please take a look on some of our products that we have. We have different products for backup of the data, for configuration audit, and user activity audit. It's called the Audit Manager. Very popular product. It's all about integration, which is becoming very critical right now for modern organizations. And to connect Project Online or Project Server to different systems, like again all the agile systems or sales systems like Salesforce, ServiceNow. So it's all supported. Any other questions so far? Because I'm done with the presentation, and you can. I suggest that you try this feature. It's available in all paid versions. Every user has this version. If you don't have it, just update your FluentBooks to latest version. Any questions? Okay. What is the roadmap for FluentBooks? So for FluentBooks right now, we spent a lot of time on improving the Sharepoint migration capabilities, and as well we already have a version of the FluentBooks online which is not a client-based application but a web-based application. It has slightly less features. I mean, like you cannot select the specific elements for migration, but it provides a general migration and general features or common features like backup, compare configuration, document, do the complete clone on the configuration. So we are moving in more in that direction, and the SharePoint is also on on the radar. We spent a lot of time on improving and making better the SharePoint migration functionality in FluentBooks. In terms of project server functionality, we don't get too much requests, so we definitely working on improving products, adding some small features, small capabilities there, and from time to time fixing issues or following the recommendations that if Microsoft changed the API, we need to reflect. But there are no major features for project server side available right now. One of the features that we have is, as you know, the Microsoft is developing Dynamics and pushing. We have a product for migrating data from project server to Dynamics. So you can, if you at some point you decide to migrate to Dynamics and switch from Project Online, Project Server to Dynamics PSA. It's Project Server Automation. We already have a migration module, and we have integration between the Project Server and Dynamics. So we are going to the Dynamics workspace as well, where you can take data and configuration from Project Server and recreate the same in Dynamics. That's probably the main features for FluentBooks. Any other questions? Dave, thank you for your question. Okay. If there are no questions, again, please feel free to try this feature. You will definitely find some more fun elements in system, and I hope that you will benefit from using this feature. If you do not have a license for FluentBooks, you can download it always from our website. You can start with the community edition, and you can contact us, you contact our sales organization, and we can issue a trial. We can start a 30-day trial of the full version of product for your organization. So please feel free to reach. You can contact us by email or just going to our website. Thank you for your time and have a great day.